Bro, Lakers gotta fix this. They gotta be prepared. Mike Porter Jr., like I told people before, the only reason why he dropped in the draft because it was because of injury. Due to his injuries, he dropped down to number 12, the 12th pick. And I was surprised a lot of teams overlooked him and didn't grab this guy because all you had to do was let him sit and heal up. He supposed to be number one. Let him sit and heal up. He supposed to be number one for a reason. Now I thought Denver Nuggets was going to let him heal up and then start him, but they didn't. And any other team could have did it. It's a back injury. It wasn't like it was a career-ending injury or something like that. He had a back injury, something that could easily heal up. Put him back out there. He give you that. He give you a production. He can help your team. Now, especially for a team that's in rebuild mode, because Michael Porter Jr. is a triple threat. He can shoot the three, mid-range, inside game, and he also plays defense. Only thing he's lacking is experience, and you could have gave him that. That's all he's lacking, experience. But he got a nice game. And like I said, for any team that was in rebuild mode, you could actually make him the focal part of your team. You could focus on him and really develop him into a superstar. I believe. And that's the reason why he was going to be number one. Now, throughout these series, when called on, he been playing good. Just like when he called out Malone, and then they gave him his chance in the fourth quarter, like they tried to put him on the spot, and he came out on top against the Clippers. That's what he does. And that will be a problem for the Lakers. Kuz got to stop trying to make it personal between him and Michael Porter Jr. You're not Michael Porter Jr. And if anybody don't believe it, Michael Porter Jr. is a better player than Kuz. I don't care what you got to say. I don't care about, oh, Kuz averaged this and averaged that. Michael Porter Jr. ain't had a chance to average that yet. But when you plug him in and out, his production is way different from Kuz's production. His consistency, I'm going to say that. He's more consistent than Kyle Kuzma. And I believe you can rely on him in big moments more than Kyle Kuzma. So far. Kuz could probably get it together. Because, like I said, I ain't hear a lot of people talking about Kuz lately. All this, Kuz that. Kuz ain't been, he's been MIA. He's been MIA in the games. He's been MIA in the media. He's been MIA in new media. None of y'all been talking about this guy. But the Lakers need to also have a backup game plan for when Malone chooses to play Michael Porter Jr. some big minutes. And due to that little rift that they had with Malone, Porter calling Malone out, that might be hindering Michael Porter Jr. from getting more minutes. But the man he was in double figures in less than 15 minutes, man. Less than 15 minutes, he was in double figures. He had like 13 points in 12 minutes. That's big. And you can't just leave Kuz to guard him. He's burning Kuz up. Kuz go for every move, every pump fake, every crossover, whatever Porter got in his bag. It's like Kuz just falling for it and can't guard this man. So you can't let that go down. Y'all gotta get it. They gotta get a game plan together. And if they don't, and Porter come out there and he plays about 30 minutes, it's going to be a struggle. And best believe next game, they not just going to just hand this shit over and just quit. Nuggets coming to play. And like LeBron said, he got to be just as desperate as the opponents in these closeout games. So he got to rally his team, and the Lakers got to be just as desperate as the Nuggets going to be and expect for them to play Porter some big minutes.